Hey guys, my name is Connie. Welcome to Nzansi Oz. I'm a South African living and working in Australia since 2006. As I said before, in my channel, I talk about anything to do with Australia and South Africa, and also talk about business opportunity for people in the African diaspora community. If you are new here, you're welcome. Please consider subscribing to my channel, and today I am just talking about what I said earlier with my last post regarding what is like here in Australia in terms of the migration. The migration has led to a lot of problems, and because we don't have enough houses to house people who are coming in Australia, it, it has resulted in straining and infrastructure and increasing house prices that people cannot afford to even buy the houses. You now have to have a lot of money to buy a house. It is, yeah, it becomes, yeah, it's now has become an issue of not you working harder, an issue of whether you've got wealthy parents who can actually afford to give you money to buy a house. And so it's almost like South Africa. When I left South Africa in 2006, and that was the problem that was in South Africa. Yes, I was a young professional, a physiotherapist, and I could afford a house, and but many South African couldn't do that, couldn't afford their house. Um, I didn't like to live in an environment where poverty, it was acceptable. So I moved to Australia. We are here in Australia, and we've been since then with my family. Yes, it's the migration. It's one of the contentious issues, but it's one that needs to be discussed openly amongst all people, including people in the diaspora. Um, what is the benefit of actually having people when you don't have enough resources? Why are we creating this squatter camp? The squalling people living in you know houses with 10 or 15 people, and they have all their cars parked on the street that you can't even drive because uh, they live in the same house, a two-bedroom house. You have about six people living in it. Yeah, it's horrendous. So this is a young woman who's talking about her struggle as a an Australian citizen to find an affordable rental property.
Old, and today I am moving back in with I am nearly 27 years old, and today I am moving back in with my parents. This is not the plan I had for 27-year-old me, but that is just how bad the rental crisis is at the moment. I've been living on my own for the last 3 years. When I first started living on my own, I was paying $280 a week in rent. It was actually kind of fine to pay rent on my own, and I've never had like an outstanding salary. The reason why I'm moving back in with my parents is because my landlord wanted to increase my rent now to $450 a week. Now, I live in a small one-bedroom apartment in an old building. It's nothing flash. Sure, I live in a good suburb. I live in Melbourne. I'm probably just paying for location, but I have to pay to do my laundry. There's cracks in the walls. Like, it's nothing flashy. Like, it's not worth $450 a week. That's like $2,000 a month. What are people supposed to do? I'm so lucky and I'm so grateful that I can move back in with my parents, but not everyone can do that. So what's your alternative?
That's true. If you are a first generation migrant, you don't have anyone else to move into. You're going to be essentially homeless. Where would you go? If you can't afford to pay for a place that is available for rent, um, where are you going to be? You're going to be homeless. Mm? You're going to be living under the tree. and have a camp tent as your home, or living in a car as your home, which is what's happening right now.
Like you're homeless. The thing that really grinds my gears is that I am 99% sure that my landlord does not have a mortgage on this place, so that can't even be an excuse for landlords on here. She's owned this place since about 1980, and I know for a fact she has 2 investment properties. So she's just making money off what she can from the market. And I was like, there is no way I can afford this. And I have been an outstanding tenant, like outstanding. Rent's never been late. My inspections are always absolutely spotless. I've never caused any issues. And this is why my generation can't get ahead, why we can't buy houses. Like, I've been paying 20 grand a year in rent. But if I went to go get a house loan, they wouldn't see that as, oh, she can pay 20 grand a year. No, I have no savings because of how much I've been paying in rent.